Hello everyone, Firemac here, and I've made a terrible mistake. I'm drinking Diet Coke on this episode, and it's not empty, and I already feel the burps coming on. I'm sorry. I'll try to edit out as much. Yeah, I'll try to edit out as many as I can. The next morning was awful. Yeah. It's awful. I almost didn't get out of bed. It took my shaking me awake 5 minutes before we were about to leave for me to even wake up. Make sure I'm actually recording. Yep, I'm recording. I'm recording. Don't worry, everybody. I'm recording. Alright. As soon as I saw what time it was, my heart flew to my throat. I never got ready so fast. The spike of adrenaline immediately after waking left me feeling lightheaded and oddly not in my body. I tried to let the cool morning air wake me. Feel odd. I feel like I got something on my face. Alright. Sorry about that. I tried to let the cool morning air wake me, but the world just looked strange in the sunlight. It was like I was trapped in a computer program and the sunlight was painted on. It simply did not belong. When we made it to Poppy, I was relieved. All I wanted was to collapse in my seat and maybe catch a few quick minutes of sleep, though I doubted I'd be able to after such a rough awakening. Hana. Before I could even get to the classroom door, a panicked voice stopped me. A worried Satch stood in front of me. In fact, this was the most worried I'd ever seen him. He was wringing his hands and searching my face. Apparently he did not like what he found. Jared told me.
What?
He raised his eyebrows meaningfully, and it took a second for my brain to catch up to what he was implying. Damn it, that jerk! He said he wasn't going to tell! At least now I didn't feel so bad about telling Mai. That's not important. I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. I want you to stop. You can't tell me what to do. And why not? I told you I have this under control. You're just going to get yourself in trouble. You're in enough trouble as it is. He stopped and his annoyance turned to concern. He reached out and brushed my hair. My face, not hair. How many nights have you been doing this? It isn't healthy. I pushed his hand away.
No!
I don't care! I had to do something! Satch deflated a little, then gathered himself up again.
Well...
That's beside the point. I told you I'm going to clear your name. You should be taking better care of yourself. Nobody even suspects you anymore. Not really. Not after what you did for Jared. It's about time. It only took them...
What?
Wait. You think I'm doing this for me? I searched his face, and he looked back at me in confusion. Yes? A surge of anger bubbled into my stomach. You've got to be kidding me! It's not about being suspected. I've been suspected for 3 weeks. I can stand a few more. Then why are you doing this? We were all out yelling for us anyways in the middle of the hall. Class was starting in just a few minutes, and then the swarms of students walking by stopped to watch us. You're so stupid! It's because of you! You're working so damn hard all the damn time. Hey, I added extra word in there, but I think it's fine. And you take on all this extra work, and you never tell anybody! I couldn't just sit around and watch it happen. You've been so stressed, but you're still trying to help out me and Mai. It's totally stupid. Tears stung my eyes, but my attempt to stop crying didn't work. It wasn't like me to get so worked up, but... Oh right, no sleep. Satch stared at me, speechless. I shook my head. You only rely on yourself. You never tell anybody what's wrong. You just help other people. Well, you need someone to rely on too. I don't want you to work alone anymore. I just don't. I stopped, unable to say more, wiping my face. I blamed it on exhaustion, but I didn't even care that people were watching. I just wanted Satch to understand. The students, clearly uncomfortable, started filtering into the classroom. Satch gestured a few times, clearly about to begin speaking, but each time he thought better of it. Finally, he swallowed. We can work together. We can? Satch nodded, seemingly unaware of the action. Sure. The school bell rang, class was starting. I beamed at Satch. He still stood in front of me, as if in a stupor. Satch? No response. I stepped behind him and gave him a shove towards the staircase.
Hey.
Go, you're gonna be late for class.
Oh.
You're right. I'll see you later, Hana. You'd better. I stepped into the classroom. As I went to close the door behind me, I heard Satch quietly whisper, "Thanks." Alright, so things are finally getting better for them. And maybe we'll actually start seeing Satch in his own freaking route. Eep! If you don't mind taking your seat, Miss Mizuno, class is waiting. Yes, ma'am! I dashed to my seat, waiting for Chizuka to lay some kind of punishment on me. Instead, a small smile tugged at the corner of her lips. Now then, shall we discuss the benefits of motion controls to modern video games? What is she, like the freaking gaming teacher? Because I don't think it was ever established what she actually taught. The class groaned, and like that, it was over.
Yo, what's up?
So, what was that about? Also, that's like a new my soundbite I haven't heard. You know, just a small victory. Satch and Hana sitting in the tree. I forgave you once, Miss Mizuno. Miss Mizuno. My bad. I don't think I'll do it again. Yes, ma'am. I sank a little in my chair and pulled out my book. There was no way I would fall asleep this time. I sprinted to the library. Satch was sure to be working, and he had to know what I discovered about the boots. He would probably have an answer. As I flung open the door to the library, several heads shot up in my direction. The librarian was nowhere to be seen. I ran to the front desk and slammed my hands on it.
Hey!
Satch! Satch's heads peeked from the staff room. Seeing me, he grinned and came out.
Hana.
To what I owe the pleasure. I think I figured out something about the boots. He frowned, glanced around, and then waved me back behind the counter and into the staff room. He closed the door and glanced through the glass. Then he motioned for me to speak. I began to tell him exactly what happened last night. When I mentioned running into Jared, he held up his hand.
What?
What exactly did you see? I shifted nervously.
Well...
It happened really fast, so I didn't see much. I was really freaked out, and so was he. I just bolted immediately. I don't know why he was in there. Satch gazed into my eyes, and I swallowed heavily. I wasn't going to out Jared, not even to one of his friends. But something told me Satch knew I was lying. Finally, he sighed. Continue. I finished my story describing the dent we saw on the ground and my belief that someone moved the boots out of the hall. So whoever took them might be planning on selling them, or onto keeping them out of your hands for some reason. Interesting. The boots are worth a lot of money, so it almost makes sense for somebody to sell them. Except that almost every student here is loaded, the main exception being you. I winced. Regardless, this is a great information to know. I'd really rather you didn't risk yourself going out at night. School is important and you worked so hard to get here. I don't want to know what they'd do if they found you, and there are other dangers as well. You're lucky you only ran into Jared. She went to Jared! Sorry. Really, really poor sudden... You probably don't even know I was referencing a commercial right there. Like, he went to Jared! Look it up if you... Alright, anyway. Lucky, I was scared for my life. Exactly. But I don't want to keep you long. I know you have to work and you can't get into any trouble either. I chuckled. Satch, however, was staring out of the glass window. Hana, duck. Where? He put a hand on my shoulder and gently pressed me downwards. I squatted on the floor as his eyes slid across the glass. What's going on? Shh, 1 second. My knees hurt. Come here quickly and look. I stood and moved into the corner with Satch. From where we were standing, we could just see into the far side of the library. There, holding a giant stack of books, was Mai. So what's wrong with that? Watch her. She glanced around herself and slinked up against the bookcase, vanishing from view. A few seconds later, she appeared further down the library. Again, she looked around her, then made a mad dash for the door. Ooh, I feel like this is gonna come to the point where I have to make the decision if I should oust Mai's kleptomania or not. Then she was gone. What was that about? I tried to laugh it off, but it came out more like a wheeze. Terribly unconvincing. Satch took off his glasses and polished them against his white cotton shirt. I did not like where this was going. It would not be pretty. This isn't the first time I've seen her do this. Well, so? You don't know what she was doing. Maybe those were her books. Maybe she was getting them for a teacher. He stared me in the eyes. Do you really think that's the case? I'm going to trust Mai because I know what's wrong with her, but I'm definitely not going to doubt her. So the way they worded this, I didn't like. If they just wanted me to just tell Satch about the kleptomania, I would have done it. But the way they're doing it, I'm going to trust Mai. Mai is my friend. I don't think she would do this. At least I want to talk to her before I go, assuming she's some kind of thief. I think I already said that. She deserves better than that. I'm sorry, it was rude of me to imply. We don't have any proof. No decisions can be made until then. He sighed heavily, rolling his shoulders. Thank you for letting me know about this. You're pretty reliable, you know. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I glanced away and heard a door open. Satch was waiting for me to leave. Right, I'll just go.
See you later.
Come by again, Hana. He winked. I blushed, and skittered out of the library, relief flooding over me. But as I reached the hall, I stopped. Would Mai really put Satch in danger like that, after all he did for us? I really didn't know what to think. I was walking back to the dorm a few days later, enjoying the late spring sunlight on my face, when I heard someone call out my name.
Hana.
There you are. Satch? He reached me and bent over, panting slightly. Were you running to catch me? You walk surprisingly fast. I waited for a bit for him to catch his breath. He glanced around us surreptitiously. What the fuck? Surreptitiously. This game really likes using words I'm not used to hearing or saying. I'm not even sure if I said that right. Mai isn't with you. That's strange. She's at volleyball practice. She's part of the team, you know.
Well,
that's convenient. She's what I she's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I really didn't like the way he said that. Remember how we saw her sneaking through the library the other day? Yes. Another chunk of books are missing from the library. In other words, she didn't check out those books. Okay. He looked at me expectantly. I don't think I like what you're implying. Can you blame me? What else am I supposed to think?
I don't know.
Better of your friend, maybe? You know, Mai, you know she wouldn't do something like this. Do I? People can surprise you, Hana. You shouldn't trust people so easily. He said it so bitterly that I was caught off guard. Without anything to say, we stood in a tense silence. Then he sighed. It makes sense, that's all I'm saying. It wouldn't hurt just to ask her, would it? Well, yes, it would. It would be betraying her trust on an issue she was already really sensitive about. But Sash didn't know she had kleptomania. He probably thought it would be as simple as a stick of cotton candy. I'll see what I can do.
Right on.
Thanks, Hana. Maybe I'll go to work now. I'll see you later. Yeah, bye. I watched as he hustled off in the direction of the library, feeling nauseous. I really didn't want to think Maya was the one who was stealing everything, not after she so sincerely told me she hadn't taken the boots. Did I have to confront her? Well, I did share a room with her. It wouldn't be hard to do a little bit of snooping now, would it? That night, I rose from bed like a vampire. With my snores like ambient noise, I crept to her desk. Ignoring the guilt in my stomach, I used my cell phone as a flashlight. I didn't see anything incriminating, nor library books, just her regular school books. I pulled open her drawers, not daring to do more than stare at whatever it was on top of the pile. Mine was incredibly messy, tons of random stuff thrown left and right. But there was no room for books in any of her drawers. As far as I could tell, she got off scot-free. But that didn't make any sense. I saw Mai taking books out of the library, so shouldn't they at least be somewhere? Where else would she have put them? I sighed and put on some slippers. Time for another secret outing. I made it to the classroom without incident, heading over to Mai's desk and sliding into my hands through it. Money? $50! I'll just put that back where I found it. Who leaves $50 just sitting in their desk? These rich kids, I swear. I know, right? Regardless, there were no books. There was only one last place to look. Mai's locker was directly next to mine, so I stepped on my tippy toes and peeked through the slats. There was a full-length poster of Jared, a hairbrush, her volleyball team jacket dangling from her coat hook. And there at the bottom of her locker was a pile of books. My heart sped up, and I tried angling my phone's flashlight to get a better look, see if I could read the titles, but no matter how I tried, the light wouldn't reach. I put my cell phone back in my pocket and sped out of Poppy Hall. I emerged into the night. The wind chilled my skin, but despite that I felt hot, alert, awake. I didn't want to go back to the dorms, not after what I found, so instead I turned and headed for the field. It was a long walk, especially in the dark. Halfway there, I found myself regretting such a stupid decision, especially with the trees and shrubs shrouding the trails and making me feel like someone was watching me. But I let my adrenaline lead me, and in no time I was at the field. The field at night was a peaceful, almost spiritual place. As I walked to the great oak tree, I felt like there were others there with me, watching over me. Maybe fairies, or elves, or... Satch?
Huh.
I knew it. I glanced around me nervously, unsure where to go or what to do. I couldn't sleep? Apparently not. You've been having a hard time sleeping for a while, haven't you? And do you usually break curfew and go sneaking around the grounds when you can't sleep? I didn't know what to do. Satch seemed angry. I didn't like being out there alone in an empty field at night with an angry Satch. Anger had always scared me, even more so after my time in my old school. I hated being angry. I hated seeing other people angry. I didn't know what to do. Hana. Satch sighed. You know, we're partners now, so you don't have to do this all by yourself. Can't you at least tell me when you're going to do something like this? I don't want you to put yourself in danger. I'll go with you, so don't go alone. I'll protect you. Were you worried about me? I grinned at him and he rubbed his temples. I swear, you're going to be the death of me.
Seriously?
You were! Look. Without thinking, I hugged him. Satch's arms fell limply to his sides. Thank you, Satch. After a few seconds, his arms wrapped around me too. I just don't know. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to suffer because of me. I buried my head into his chest, chuckling. Silly, that's what I was thinking about you. After all this with the boots and now the books. Satch laughed, and I felt his chest shake with each exhale. Of course we would. We stood like that for a while. After some time, Satch nudged me slightly. Hana, look. I stepped away from him and gasped. Fireflies. Fireflies lit the air around us, floating through the tree limbs and dotting the night sky as if they were stars. They're beautiful. Satch nodded, pulling me closer towards him. Satch walked me back to Primrose House, guarding me like a knight. I thought about telling him about the books, but decided not to. I had no proof. There was no reason to make him even more suspicious of Mai. They were just books. They could be anything. Good night, Satch. Good night, Hana.
Class?
I'm handing back the result of last week's test. Most of you did very well. A few of you rather unexpectedly slid severely down the ladder. Oh, I hope that you're all taking your studies seriously, because if you aren't, we aren't going to get the end of the year class trip to Osaka. We weren't going to get the end of the year class trip to Osaka. Okay. How am I supposed to find a boyfriend if that happens? She handed the papers back through the class, huffing disdainfully as she passed PBG. Ah, of course PBG. Hana! Hana, I really hope this is a one-time incident. She handed me back my exam. 64%. Ouch. I stared at the circled red number, and my mind went blank with shock. How was that possible? Mai whistled behind me. Damn, Hana! Not doing too good there, are you? I've never gotten lower than a B in my life. You're shaking. Whoa, calm down there, girl. It was one exam. Ain't nothing you need to worry about. We'll get some ice cream later on, and everything will be fine. I'm dumb. You haven't been paying attention in class. How do you expect to pass the test when you don't even know what's on it? You're not like Kakusu. You can't ambiently soak in knowledge while you're sleeping. Ambiently soak in knowledge. Okay. That's not fair. She gets dictionaries literally uploaded to her database while she's powered off. So it's just like accepted that she's freaking a robot, okay? What the fuck? It's just normal. It's just normal that she's a freaking robot, apparently. What? No, I like to read them before falling asleep. Like any other normal human or carbon-based life form. Anyways, let's get to lunch. I'll treat you to ice cream and things will totally look better after this. Come on. Mai and I arrived at the lunch table, me nursing a double scoop of vanilla ice cream. Just as we settled in, Gerard stood and held us up his test for the table to see.
Aw, yeah.
I did not fail you, boys. And ladies.
Boom, baby.
Another flat 100, sold and sealed. What is that? 70 tests in a row? Don't you ever get tired? Does passion ever die? Will flames cease to burn if there is ever fuel? So long as I am trapped within the confines of schooling and there are tests to finish, I will complete them. A smattering of polite applause met this speech. Well, it wasn't like it was a particularly hard test this time around. It's good that Asagao basically only puts effort into the midterms and finals. Way easier to coast. Although, if I become president, I solemnly vow to change that. Why would you do that? Did you get another terrible score at PBG? No. Yes. There's no helping you.
Well...
I've offered to tutor you before, you know. You never accepted. I have way better things to do than school. This will hardly matter once I graduate anyways. Education is important. You should strive to learn whether you're in school or not. I will. I'll just learn practical skills that I can apply to a future career, like video editing or voice acting. What kind of career are you planning to have? Professional soccer player? Nice. Hana, you got a 60-something, didn't you? I guess even the good ones had to fail at some point. My! I flushed and looked at my hands. A whole 60? You still did better than me! That's hardly a relief. Is that because you fall asleep in class? I felt SATCH'S gaze hot on my face and avoided eye contact with him at all costs. Still, his disapproval lay over me like sauce on spaghetti. Why? Why that? Why use that as the freaking metaphor? The comparison. You both are welcome to ask for my help if you ever need it. Yes, Satch.
Yeah.
We'd love for you to tutor us if you could. See, there was a little something. Yeah, tonight even. We love learning.
Right on.
That works out perfectly for me. Tonight at 7. I'll see you in my room. Well, that sounded a little suggestive. Right on time, sir. Angry Satch was scary. I showed up at Satch's room at 7 o'clock, right on time. PG was nowhere in sight. I knocked lightly on the door. It swung open immediately.
Hana.
Good to see you. Please come in. I'm sorry to say that PG won't be joining us. He had other commitments. Jared's out too. Not quite sure what he's up to though. Maybe practicing for his fashion show. Oh. I shuffled into his room, taking my shoes off by the door. I guess it's just us then. Yeah, I guess so. What was this tension? Anyway, we've got lots to cover, so let's get started. He pulled out Jared's desk chair and set it next to his own, patting the seat. After you. Thank you. I sat on a chair and pulled out my notebooks and pencils. Once arranged nicely and ready to take notes, I turned attentively to Satch. He cleared his throat. What was the war fought for independence of America called? We're starting already? I didn't know anything about American history. Oh shit, what was the question? Screw the Brits! Yeah, screw the Brits, man! The American War. The War for Independence. The American Revolutionary War. I feel like this is a trick question. Standard answer. Good job! In an MMORPG, what is the role of the DPS? DPS? I heard that phrase used in class, but it was never explained to me. Damage per second, everybody. Aha! What the hell? Alright, so they're just legitimately giving me a quiz right now. Alright. Alright. Okay. Damage per second. Actually, let me read all the options. Run around, do lots of damage. Dreadbeard pirate skin. Wow. Accidentally take the aggro off the tank and die. Ha. Damage per second. A textbook answer. Good job. Okay, last question. If someone asks whether you are a Russian serum, whoa, okay, your response should be serum. Okay, I don't know what that's from. Russian, what was that? Korean? Yes, I am Russian, but I am not a prostitute. But no, I am not a prostitute. No, I am not a prostitute. I don't understand, sorry. That'll cost you. I'm not sure what the answer is, because I honestly don't know. But I'm gonna take a more cheeky answer and say that'll cost you. Because the first two answers suggest that serum means prostitute. But that seems a little weird, so I'm just gonna say that'll cost you. Well, yes, but the questioning went on like this for a while. His questions were hard, but they seemed to be about the foundational things I was never taught at my public school, but was already expected to know here at Asagao. It explained why Miss Chisuka's lectures were sometimes so hard to follow. I needed this foundational knowledge. By the end of things, even though I was tired, core concepts were starting to line up in my mind. Okay, let's take a break. A break? Thank goodness, my head hurts. I rub my temples, trying not to let my stress creep up on me. If you're ready, it's time to get to the actual lesson. Actual lesson? Was that a... Just warm up, yep. As I gaped at him, he bent down to pick something up from a compartment near his desk. It was a little red baggie, and he unwrapped it to reveal a strawberry cheesecake popsicle? Now, if you can get these right, you can have a snack. I gaped at him, my mouth watering. I love those. You can have it if you get these right. Oh, snap. Look at that. She's like, oh, nah, 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 nah. Sasha's just enjoying it. He's just dangling that in front of her. Wow. We studied for a while, Satch squeezing me on various subjects. But, explain to me the fall of Tokugawa shogunate in 3 sentences or less. That was something that I hadn't even taught us yet. There's only one option for me. Only one option. Well, no, that's not quite... Okay, what's the third law of thermodynamics, and what famous short story is it present in? What in the hell? Satch chuckled. Entropy? No. No. Okay, what is this chemical composition of granite? Satch, these questions are way harder than anything we've ever learned. Of course they are. If you don't study above your level, how would it ever get easier for you? That's not fair! Satch laughed, and it only made me even angrier. What? Stop laughing! I'm really flustered! Frustrated! No. No, that's what I'm laughing at. It's really cute. He handed the popsicle to me.
Right on.
Here, you've been working hard, so you deserve it. You just gave this to me because I was cute, didn't you?
What?
No. You definitely deserve it for your hard work. You're a terrible liar. I try not to. He bent down to that desk compartment and pulled out another frozen treat. A vanilla code covered with chocolates and nuts. Code covered? I'll eat with you. He got off his desk and stretched. I did the same. Instead, we moved to the couch, which I collapsed into with a small sigh. So, Satch, how's your VR machine going? Oh, that. It's going okay. I wish I had more time to work on it. I feel like I'm so close to some kind of major breakthrough, but with things, I've been distracted. Things that he mean me and my searching the grounds, the books, how hard his job has gotten, helping me study. As I went over the possible causes, I realized just how much Satch had to deal with because of me, and how much he was helping me. And I thought I was supposed to be helping him. Hey, don't make that face. It's not your fault. So, why are you making it? Is it your dream? Well, I guess because I was curious, I had some ideas I wanted to try out. It's related to my dream. I want to be able to make a living being creative. I like to explore how creativity works, the construction of ideas and mechanics, how they all work together with the human brain to create something new. Oh.
Yeah.
But for right now, yes, finishing the machine is my dream. What's yours then? I bit my lip. It wasn't something I liked to talk about, but for some reason I wanted to tell Satch. Maybe it was because I felt like he was sincerely interested, or because he wouldn't judge me, but I could trust him, definitely. I was bullied a lot at my old school, but my former best friend and my friends, by my former best friend and my friends, they would do horrible things, and eventually they did something so bad that it crossed the line. Put my hand to my hair, somewhat self-conscious, then fingered the bow my father had given me. I left home to come to Asagao rather than to go to Amarisu again. My dad is working himself to the bone just to let me stay here because my mom is no longer with us. For a long time, my dream was just to have friends. This sounded so sad, pathetic almost.
Hey.
You know, that dream has already come true. You have friends. I gave him a look. I'm serious, look around you. The normal Boots Club, even if they've been mixed up, are your friends. And even if you can't count them, you've got me and mine now. We're your friends. We've got your back. Looks like you'll have to find something else to dream about now. I stared at him and suddenly... Why are you crying? Did I say something wrong? No, I'm just... You're right, and I'm happy. A slow smile spread across SATCH'S face, and he put an arm around me. I leaned my head into his shoulder and cried. Just cried. You guys are my friends. How did I get so lucky? It's because of who you are as a person, Hana. It wasn't by random chance. That's not how people work. If you think we're something special, you must be too. What? Hmm? She cried for me, so I don't have to do it. Satch patted the top of my head. There, Hana, you're okay. You're alright now. There, they had a heartwarming moment. And it's chapter 4. Perfect time to end the episode, everybody. So, hold on, let's give it a second. I returned to my room. Okay, I'll read that next time. Alright, so this is Firemac saying bye-bye. See you next time, guys.